Now on KGW News, extreme heat kicks in tomorrow, the hottest days ahead, and when we'll see relief.
And here at the Oregon State Fair, they're setting up and making sure there are options for you to stay cool.
Plus, a niece fights to get tens of thousands back after someone swiped it from her aunt's account.
So to find out that someone had taken this money from someone who's older that just took advantage of them, and it's horrific.
The paper trail that leads right to someone who worked for her bank. And later, they may have slowed down a bit since high school.
You redefine winning, and winning is finish your legs, not getting hurt.
Though when it comes to the mother of all relays, this group is about to cross their 40th finish line. Good evening, everyone. We want to get right to breaking news in Clark County that may impact families in the Evergreen School District. That is because tonight, the union for several types of district workers, including paraeducators and bus drivers, has voted to strike. That strike is set to start Tuesday, which in theory is supposed to be the first day of class.
We can't live on what they're offering. I have paras that are working 3 jobs, going to food banks, different things like that. It's not fair that the top keeps getting big raises and we're expected to live on less and less every year.
Well, we have reached out to the district, which serves over 20,000 students, for reaction, though earlier today officials told us they plan to continue bargaining and hope to reach a deal before Tuesday. Right now, there's another mediation session planned for Monday. We'll keep you updated as we learn more about negotiations and, if there is no deal, contingency plans. Well, that sound means the extreme heat is nearly here. We are talking about a weather impact alert that's going into effect in just hours, with this mild August night about to turn into a sweltering stretch that's forecast to reach well into next week. Thanks for joining us. I'm David Mulco. Let's get right to live team coverage of that inbound heat, including the latest from health officials, plus efforts at the fair and outdoor festivals to keep folks safe. But first, to Celine Stevens with an updated look at the timing. Celine?
David, well, where that heat is going to be rolling in, like you said, tomorrow, and that's going to last through the weekend into next week, but we're not there quite yet. Right now, though, temperatures are warm outside. We're sitting in the mid-70s, 74 degrees, winds coming out of the northwest at 8 miles per hour, but there's a lot to look at. We have a lot of advisories and alerts going on. We're going to be under an extreme heat warning tomorrow, starting tomorrow. That's going to last through early Tuesday. That's going to include Portland all the way down to Eugene and even a little bit further past that area. We're looking at a heat advisory as well for certain areas, including Mount Hood and areas near the coast as well. And then we're also seeing that excessive heat watch that's going to affect Saturday as well, that will last through Wednesday. That's going to include areas like the Dalles as well. So an extreme heat watch, warning, and that heat advisory, all because of this heat that we're going to be seeing starting tomorrow. And so looking at our temperatures now, 74 here at home, 69 in Troutdale, 71 in McMinnville. Other areas also still seeing warmer temperatures like Bend, 70 degrees there. Along the coast, we're looking at 50s. But we've been embarking on a warming trend. Temperatures right now, 7 degrees warmer than this time last night, 6 degrees warmer in Vancouver. Other areas also just trending up, and we're really going to see a big jump starting tomorrow, potentially over 10-degree difference. You're seeing it right here. Friday, we're expected to hit 100 degrees, so above record temperatures. Saturday, same story at 102. Sunday, we finally get back down to the 90s, but the heat doesn't end there. We'll talk more about it in a bit.
It's just looking brutal. All right, thanks, Celine. Let's bring in Alma McCarty now. Alma, a big summer weekend. The state fair is set to open. What are organizers doing to keep people safe?
Yeah, well, David, it's really not just people. It's also all of the livestock that is at the fair, too. They've got fans, they've got AC in some places, you name it. But most of all, they're really encouraging folks to take breaks and stay hydrated. In Salem, fair fun is just around the corner.
There's really something for everyone here.
But here and across the Portland Metro this weekend, so too is the heat.
It's still warm, but you know, it's not too hot to be out, so we're trying to beat the really high numbers.
Temperatures expected to reach 100 degrees won't be thwarting Oregon State Fair plans.
The fair is going to go on regardless of any heat, and I would just encourage people to get here nice and early before those peak temperatures hit. And we just have so many areas to cool off. You know, even if you came here during that peak time, we've got air-conditioned buildings that have a lot of fun things to do inside of those buildings.
Alex Hassenstab, a spokesperson for the fair, says they encourage fairgoers to bring water in reusable or sealed bottles.
We also are allowing coolers with ice into the fair. as well. But just once again, just no open beverages.
In addition to AC, water refill and misting stations can be found across the fairgrounds. This map pointing out just where they're located. And should there be an emergency, help isn't far off.
We also have a lot of first responders on site, so it's not that we're calling people from off site.
As for the many animals, from prize-winning pigs and chickens to goats and cows, the pavilions offer plenty of shade, and caretakers are using fans and water to keep them cool.
Yeah, there's a lot going on at the state fair, but if going there in this heat really isn't your thing, you do have opportunities beyond this weekend, beyond this heat wave, since the fair does run until September 1st. David, back to you.
Well, good to know there are other options out there. Thanks, Alba. Let's bring in Catherine Cook now with an update from health officials. Catherine, it's not just the forecast highs, but the duration here.
Yeah, David, for now, county health officials are encouraging everyone without air conditioning to make a plan to stay cool. But at this point, they haven't announced details on designated cooling centers. And with that said, local libraries are inviting people in for a break from the heat. In Beaverton, the main library is extending its hours, and Multnomah County says they might do the same. When temperatures rise, libraries usually see an increase in visitors. People are welcome to come in, take a break, use the computers, and of course check out some books. When it comes to possible heat illness, health officials are especially worried about seniors who are more vulnerable to the heat. However, they want everyone out there to watch out for signs of trouble.
A lot of us maybe don't think of ourselves as vulnerable to heat, but in an event like this where it stays hot at night and where it lasts for days and days, that's when all of us can start to have real vulnerability to heat illness and even death.
Warning signs of heat exhaustion include feeling faint, excessive sweating, clammy skin, nausea, and muscle cramps. When it comes to heat stroke, symptoms include headache, red hot skin, high body temperature, and a rapid pulse. Heat stroke can be life-threatening, so if you notice these symptoms, you should seek immediate medical help. Officials are also asking everyone to check on your neighbors, especially older people who may be living alone. Tomorrow morning, we do expect to hear if the county will be opening cooling centers and where those will be. David.
Well, thanks, Catherine. Appreciate you keeping us posted there. By the way, we have made it easy for you to get updated information and resources for the extreme heat as long as it lasts, sent right to your phone. Just text the word heat to the number on your screen. It's 503-226-5088, and we will text you back with a growing list. To get you caught up on tonight's other headlines now, a new wildfire has spurred evacuations in Jefferson County in central Oregon. This is the Flat Fire. It's burning 7 miles west of Culver, now estimated to be at 600 acres. It is southwest of the popular Lake Billy Chinook recreation area. Right now, just about a dozen homes are under level 3 go now evacuation orders, but another 300 are in level 1 or 2 evacuation zones. A Washougal teen has died after falling from the Cape Horn lookout on the Washington side of the gorge. Video from the area today shows a makeshift memorial at the spot. Skamania County Sheriff's Office says the 17-year-old's brother called 911 after the fall along State Route 14. Search teams found the teen's body down the cliffside and recovered it. His death has been ruled an accident. And in Gresham, there is now a $15,000 reward for information that leads to the suspects, more than one, in a shooting that killed a Gresham teenager while he was sleeping. In April, Liam Spanley Bailey was hit and killed by a bullet that went through the wall of his father's apartment. Police have named 3 suspects. They are Anthony Hunter, Xavier Hirsch, and Terrell Coy. Today, investigators said 2 of the 3 have had run-ins with police in Oregon before.
If you're hiding these individuals, if you're aiding them in any way, I will prosecute you. This family, this community deserves justice, and this needs to come to an end with those individuals being brought into custody.
If you have information, you're asked to contact Crime Stoppers or Gresham Police. Well, to a troubling case of theft tonight involving a former Wells Fargo employee accused of stealing tens of thousands of dollars from a Gresham senior's bank account. Devin Haskins shows us how something didn't add up.
Bernadette Richardson was in her 90s when she passed away 2 years ago.
She was a super sharp woman. She did all of her banking and everything.
That's Bernadette's niece, Leah Derringer.
She wasn't someone that didn't pay attention to her finances. She saved a lot of money throughout life.
After she died, Bernadette's family noticed suspicious activity in her checking account.
So I start looking at all the statements, and the name is repeated over and over and over again.
That name was Brittany McLaughlin. She was an employee at Wells Fargo at the time.
So my aunt had called into Wells Fargo at one point to do some online banking, and this person had actually just stolen her information at that time.
Over several months in 2023, McLaughlin used the account to pay off several bills. Take, for instance, this April 2023 banking statement. 19 payments were made from as small as $5 to $2,400, totaling over $8,000 in this single month. Each one has Brittany's name next to it.
Multiple different like car payments, insurance payments, different like phone bills, electric payments somewhere in the South, like for electric bills, PayPal transactions, cash transactions.
Derringer said McLaughlin withdrew around $26,000 total.
So to find out that someone had taken this money from someone who's older that just took advantage of them, and it's horrific.
They called Wells Fargo, which closed the account and froze it. The family called police. McLaughlin now faces 20 counts of theft and identity theft.
This is just us. So my thought is, if she stole this from just my aunt, who knows? Who knows? It couldn't be just one person.
Lots of questions there. The family says the bank has reimbursed about half the missing funds. In a statement, Wells Fargo says it is cooperating with the investigation and reviewing the family's concerns. McLaughlin, by the way, has not worked for the bank since 2022, and there is currently a warrant out for her arrest.